Sergeant Chris Hewitt. I'm the PIO of the Calaveras County Sheriff's Office. First off, I want to start off by reading a prepared statement. You can also find this information in a press release on our website. Yesterday, May 1st, 2013, detectives and a composite sketch artist met with a witness in this case for the purpose of developing a composite sketch of the person seen running near the Fowler home. This witness had earlier provided a description of this person to investigators on 2 separate occasions. The witness had also stated that she saw the intruder running in the opposite direction from the direction that Leila's 12-year-old brother had provided to us earlier. During the composite sketch meeting, the witness recanted her previous statements and her identification of the man she saw running away. She also refused to provide a description to the sketch artist so that a composite could be completed. The witness's description of the running man was an important lead for our investigators, but as of now, it has become clear that this witness is no longer credible. However, though this may seem like a setback in our investigation, it is actually a positive result in that it allows our investigators to narrow the scope of their investigation. This witness did not show any kind of indication of why she recanted. We are unaware of what her mindset is. She hasn't explained to us why she acted the way she did. So again, at this time, that witness, the statement she provided us earlier has been deemed non-credible. Okay, since the beginning of this investigation, we have received approximately 300 tips. Our detectives we have specific detectives assigned to those tips, and they are tracking them down and then eliminating them as needed. I mentioned earlier today the Placerville case. We have, for the most part, eliminated that person in that kidnapping case as a potential suspect in our case. We did have detectives that responded to the area yesterday. They interviewed a couple of witnesses, and those witnesses were able to give us information that led us to believe that he's no longer a possible suspect or a party of interest in our case. We did collect DNA samples from this person, though, and we are going to continue to send those to the Department of Justice Crime Lab for analysis against the samples we recovered from the crime scene. Calaveras County Sheriff's investigators have been in contact with the Fowler family. We continue to do so. They have spoken to us. All indications are right now that they will continue to do so. We are continuing to make progress in this case. We have been in contact with the Federal Bureau of Investigations. They have reviewed many aspects of our investigation so far, and they have offered their support. I want to make it clear, though, that the FBI has not taken over our investigation. They are simply lending their support. Right now, they are simply assisting us in evidence collection. They have sophisticated equipment that enhances our investigative procedures. There was some mention earlier about, there was a tip about a man that had blood on him that had gotten a ride from somebody. I want to go ahead and clear that up now. We have contacted that person, and we have ruled that person out as a suspect in this case. We've contacted the driver, and I believe we have contacted that person, confirmed who he is. He was just somebody that was suffering from an injury. We interviewed him, and that person can be eliminated from our case. And that was, again, that man that had reportedly had blood on his body when he was contacted by the person that provided the lead earlier. Lastly, I would like to go ahead and remind people that if they do have any leads in this case, if they have any tips that could help our investigation, we ask them that they would call our Crime Stoppers hotline. And again, that number is 1-866-389-7638. It is a toll-free number. It's manned 24 hours a day, and the callers can remain anonymous. Additionally, they can report their tips online at www.standcrimetips, all one word, standcrimetips.org. As of this morning, so far we have had over 9,000 people that have looked at that site. Lastly, as far as the tip line goes, they can continue to call our local tip line, which we have set up 365 days a year at area code 209-754-6033, and that phone number will automatically roll over to the Crime Stoppers hotline. I'll take a few questions.
Chris, now you've discredited the neighbor witness. Is there any other information, any other evidence, any other witnesses besides the 12-year-old boy that say there was an intruder, that point to an intruder in this case?
We do have other people we are still interviewing, and we are potentially looking at other sketches, but that's still part of the investigation, and we're still working on that part.
300 tips. Do you believe the suspect is still in the area?
Yes, he's somewhere in here, but right now we do not believe that the public is at risk. But I'm sorry.
Sunday, you had talked about 3 different suspect descriptions of 3 different people. One of them was a neighbor, and that neighbor didn't make out. What are the other 2?
The other 2 would be from the 12-year-old brother, and then there's another person that saw somebody in the area, and we are right now working on that lead also.
If you believe the suspect is still here, how can the public not be at risk? I'm sorry.
It's still part of the investigation. We haven't ruled it out whether it's credible or not.
If you believe the suspect is still in the area, how can the public not be at risk?
Well, for one thing, we have a tremendous amount of law enforcement on the streets right now. They are constantly patrolling the downtown and the downtown area, Valley Springs, and the Rancho Calaveras area. People are doing really well in calling us, calling our dispatch center if they do see something suspicious. We immediately dispatch deputies to that area so that we can investigate that situation.
Do you think this was random, or was this somebody connected to the family at this point? Are things, as you say, you're narrowing your focus? Is it right around that house in that neighborhood?
That's still under investigation.
The neighbor who gave you the description of Edward Camden, is she facing any charges for providing false information?
No, not right now.
Not right now.
We're a little, maybe not. We're a little busy dealing with the felony homicide versus the misdemeanor false reporting, so that it's a low priority for us.
Have you found the murder weapon?
We have collected several knives from the house. Those are still being examined to determine whether they are the weapon that was used against Leila.
Do you believe drugs were involved?
That's still under investigation.
Can you describe the activity up there today? We saw weed whackers and the FBI and what's
That's
going on?
all part of the evidence collection phase. Like I said, the FBI has come in to support us, and part of that support is through evidence response team. If you might have seen any weed whacking or weed eating going on the surrounding vacant properties, that is part of the evidence collection process. It just enables us to be able to more easily see what may have been hidden in the weeds.
So right now the suspect description of a tall, 6-foot-something man with long hair, dark shirt, blue jeans, does that still stand?
That right now we are still operating off of that. Again, I'll repeat the suspect description. We were told it was possibly Hispanic male adult, unknown age, maybe shoulder-length hair. It was described as 5 inches, graying. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, possibly painter's pants with a hammer loop on the pant leg, dark shirt or jacket with the sleeves rolled up.
And again, you don't think he's a danger to anybody in this community?
We just ask that people be aware of their surroundings, be observant, and if they see something suspicious, to call us.
For the knives that were recovered, were they the family's knives, or were they brought in from outside?
I cannot comment on that right now.
Any forced entry?
I cannot comment on that.
When will the street open up again?
As soon as we're done processing the house, and I have no time frame of when that'll be done.
Any word if the family's taking a lie detector test?
I cannot comment on that. Any other questions? Okay, I will have I sent out a press item earlier, a nixle item. I'm going to try to stick to a once-a-day briefing at 1:30 p.m. But if any significant information should come out anytime before or after that, of course, we will have additional meetings, question and answer sessions. Tomorrow, yes, every day at 1:30, I'm planning on being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.